Hello and welcome to Crypto Invest TV. I'm your host, X8, and we'll go ahead and start the day off by talking about the B word. So if you don't know about what the B word was, that was an event that happened earlier today, essentially primarily talking about Bitcoin alongside other, cryptocurrencies. Primarily, they talked about Bitcoin and Dogecoin just because those are the heaviest topics that are out right now, and so that's primarily what they were speaking about um, earlier today. But realistically, I kind of wanted to talk more or less about what it seems like primarily was going down during I guess you'd say this live stream interview with these three individuals, which was Kathy Woods predominantly seemed like she was almost promoting either ARK or herself, and then just primarily making money. Elon was primarily talking about how you know he was essentially talking about SpaceX, and then they talked about Skylink. They talked about it multiple times, and then towards the end of the show, when I guess you'd say the host asked the final question, um, when Elon and Kathy gave their response, I would say I guess it was a fairly rounded response, but then Jack came out and almost gave the most generic response, which was that he hopes Bitcoin brings world peace, which is just kind of just kind of like one of those things where it's just like, wow, did you really just own, say that you intend Bitcoin to bring world peace? And I mean, don't get me wrong, when it comes to Bitcoin, I think that it's great. I think all cryptocurrencies are great. Otherwise, well, not necessarily all, but I think that cryptocurrency as a whole is great. Um, and it just goes to show where we were 10 years ago to where we are now. That the sentiment is the sentiment is growing. Um, but other than that, that's primarily like the main things that I would say was primarily. They did touch on a lot of good points, and if that's something, if you want to hear about what they said more in depth, you can always go and check out the other stream that we did earlier today. Um, Other than that, when it comes to what was going on, I guess maybe closer towards the middle, I kind of noticed that we were seeing a lot of snapback when it came to what was going on between Elon and Kathy. But we'll get to that, a little bit later on in the show. We don't want to move forward too fast. But I will say it was kind of interesting how how that went about. But moving forward, we'll go ahead and we'll just go into our first topic of the day, which was the which is Core Scientific. And if you haven't heard of them before, we'll be getting into that right now. So, Bitcoin miner Core Scientific to go public in a $4 billion deal in the U.S. Crypto mining surges amid China crackdown. So, if you didn't know what Core Scientific was to begin with, now you do. They are a mining company. So Core Scientific, one of the largest cryptocurrency miners in the United States, announced Wednesday its plan to be listed on the Nasdaq exchange in a deal that values the 4-year-old company at $4.3 billion. So since it's around 4 years, you could say that that's almost $1 billion for each year. But anyways, the latest sign the nation's growing prominence as Bitcoin mining hub should only rise as longtime market leader China continues cracking down on the space. As a part of the deal, which is subject to shareholder approval, Core will merge into a special purpose acquisition company, Power and Digital Infrastructure, and receive about $345 million to the investment in additional to invest in additional equipment and infrastructure. The Washington-based company, which also sells blockchain hosting and hardware, revealed it expects to a total revenue of $493 million, adjusted earnings of $203 million this year, followed by revenues of $1.1 billion and earnings of nearly $600 million in 2022. Core mined 1,683 Bitcoin, currently worth about $53 million. In the first half of the year, out of facilities in Georgia, Kentucky, and North Carolina. A fourth warehouse is under construction in North Dakota. Existing shareholders are expected to retain all their existing equity, totaling about 89% in the combined company. Earlier Wednesday, Argo Blockchain, another cryptocurrency miner that already trades on the London Stock Exchange, also announced plans to begin trading in the U.S., saying it's filed a confidential prospectus with the Securities and Exchange Commission for proposed listing. The U.S. has quickly become the second biggest Bitcoin mining hub in the world. According to Cambridge University data, nearly 17% of all Bitcoin mining in the world happens in the United States, about 3 times more than its share just 1 year ago. Meanwhile, China's share has plummeted to 45% from the high of 80%. That figure is only expected to fall as more provinces announce sweeping plans to ban crypto mining to curb environmental risks. Last week, China's Anhui province began the latest region blocking the practice to help ease expected power shortages. Critical quote: "For the last 18 months, we've had a serious growth of mining infrastructure in the United States," Darren Feinstein said. The co-founder of Core Scientific told NBC last week, "We've noticed a massive uptick in mining operations looking to reallocate to North America, mostly into the U.S." Billionaire Michael Saylor, the longtime executive of data analytics company MicroStrategy, praised the Core and Argo listings in tweets Wednesday, saying publicly traded Bitcoin miners will bring financial capital, engineered facilities, and credibility to the global cryptocurrency network and enhance Bitcoin as an institutional asset. MicroStrategy owns about 92,079 Bitcoin, worth more than $3.2 billion as of Wednesday, making the corporation with the largest Bitcoin investment in the world. So I mean, I think that it's pretty good that we're starting to see more of these companies coming out and just deciding that going public would end up bringing more validity to cryptocurrency, which, so long as we all do it in a proper process, we won't end up hindering the progress of cryptocurrency. That's the primary objective. And then we'll go ahead and we will move on into our next topic, which is old Goldman Sachs, who we pretty well know he loves to flip flop between he loves to flip flop, or not he, but the company loves to flip flop between you know FUD and glory with cryptocurrency. So Goldman Sachs survey, nearly half of families' office clients are interested in cryptos. Bloomberg has reported that a recent Goldman Sachs survey found that nearly half of its family office clients are interested in cryptocurrency. The survey, which polled more than 150 family offices that the bank does business with, found that 15% of respondents already are invested in crypto, and it also found that another 45% are interested in crypto assets as a hedge against inflation, prolonged rates, and other macroeconomic developments following a year of unprecedented global monetary and physical stimulus. Family offices, which can be secretive in their investments, may slowly be turning to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to counter the threat of inflation. 22% of the family offices that participated in a $5 billion under management had $5 billion under management, and more than 45% of the assets under management between $1 billion and $4.9 billion. Manalina Flynn, a partner and global co-head of private wealth at Goldman Sachs, told Bloomberg that the bulk of family office clients have asked about blockchain and crypto-related technology. The majority of families want to talk to us about blockchain and digital ledger technology, said Finn. There are many who think that this technology is going to be as impactful as the internet has been from an efficiency and productivity perspective. So it looks like a lot of the people that are working with Goldman Sachs, they're really interested in cryptocurrency, not even necessarily just Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency as a whole. They want to know more about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Moving forward, we'll go ahead and jump right into the goal. The $2 billion in crypto loans, says new Maple Finance exec. So Maple Finance, the DeFi institutional leading protocol, recently hired Daniel Kim as its head of capital markets and tasked him with making on-chain lending more accessible to traditional firms, Kim told Crypto Investor. Ah, I thought I'd already done that. Sorry, everyone. Oh, Lord be all. Well, my apologies, everyone. We'll just move into the more interesting bit, the more interesting topic of the night, which was what exactly happened on the B word with Elon and Cathie Woods. So ARK Invest Cathie Wood defends Bitcoin as an inflation hedge in crypto panel with Elon Musk. So ARK Invest co-founder and CEO Cathie Wood defends Bitcoin's role as an inflation hedge during Wednesday's panel discussion alongside Dorsey and Musk. The fund manager said Bitcoin will serve as a hedge against inflation in certain situations, citing emerging markets as an example. There's a lot of emerging markets that are suffering from significant inflation. In other words, the purchasing power of those populations are going down, so they are going to migrate to Bitcoin and other ways to preserve purchasing power, said Wood. She made the remarks when asked what advice she would give for institutions looking to put Bitcoin in their balance sheet. Wood added that being able to sell to people who have migrated to Bitcoin in inflationary situations would be very useful for corporations. Earlier in the panel, Woods discussed how Bitcoin's fixed supply of 21 million tokens helps its role in preserving purchasing power. So essentially what happened was that the announcer had the host had essentially asked what had gone on, or what they thought certain economic factors would have on Bitcoin, and Elon essentially said that Bitcoin still, even though a lot of people feel that it's a inflation hedge, he feels as though that's not necessarily the case, because we have seen its volatility move alongside with the announcements of inflations and things like that. And then that's when Kathy immediately bounced back and gave her thoughts on it. And that's why you kind of are hearing about there's a bit of a spat between Kathy Wood and Elon Musk. But for the most part, it really wasn't anything necessarily serious. I think it was more or less like she wanted to get the point across, so that way nothing is necessarily misconveyed. But we'll go ahead and just hop right on into checking out the market. So let's go ahead and we'll look at Bitcoin first. We can see that Bitcoin is currently sitting at 32,153. It looks like it had a high today of about 32,752. And it started the day off at below 31,000. I do believe, yes. It started the day off below 31,000. So I mean, to see it gain approximately $2,000 in price per coin over the course of a day is I guess you'd say fairly promising. We're also seeing almost a 22% volume increase over the past 24 hours. So that's kind of one of those things that really helps drive the market forward. If we look at Ethereum looks like it has been trying to kiss above 2,000. We can see that it started its day off at about 1859. It looks like it did reach a high of 2025 before dipping back down to as low as 1935. And currently climbing, sitting just below 2,000. So, for anyone who's really trying to lock in those under 2,000 mark, you might want to start looking into to putting in your options or whatever it is that you're wanting to do, because you don't necessarily know when this could end up shooting back up, and then we end up seeing something more along the lines of, not necessarily over here at the peak where where we saw about where it peaked over over 4,000, almost into 4,200, but you might see it jump back up to close to 3,000 or to 2,800 over the course of the next few days or the next week or so. Just given the situation, it's currently on a 24-hour volume increase of 22%. So we'll go ahead and next we'll check out Cardano, because I know a lot of people out there love Cardano. So we can see, they started their day off at about $1.11, $1.12 approximately. They reached a high of, it looks like about $1.22 approximately. Currently sitting at $1.17. So I mean, they've had a pretty nice pump as well. They've had a price change of 10% in the past 24 hours. Their volume is up by just over 16.5%. So generally all around, I would say that this is a pretty good day for the cryptocurrency market, given we are seeing it be so nasty earlier on in the week. XRP, if we go ahead and we pull it out to the 1 day, we can see it started at about 55, 54 cents, it peaked out at, looks like 58 cents, maybe on some exchanges 59. Currently sitting at 56.8, so about 57 cents. So, it's doing fairly well as well. It's only got a 8% incline, but that's still good, especially when you consider everything that's going on with XRP and Ripple right now. And then it's, up by almost 29% in a 24-hour trading volume. So, that's actually pretty fantastic. Um, and then we'll go on to the last coin that I'll bring up, which is Dogecoin, the beloved Dogecoin, currently sitting at 19 cents. We started our day off at, 18 cents almost. I know before I went to bed last night, it was jumping back and forth between 17 and 18 cents. We hit a high of 21 cents. Maybe on some exchanges, you might have seen it get really close to 22 cents. Uh, and then, like I said, we're currently sitting at almost 19 cents. It's had an 11% increase in price over the past 24 hours with a 145% increase in volume. So, I mean, that is just like absolutely fantastic. You label, we just labeled off 4 of the top 10 cryptos before this one, and none of them had the same level of volume. Not anywhere close. I mean, out of the top 10 coins, that's pretty fantastic. I don't think that there's potentially another one that's had the same amount of volume. We can check out Binance and see if they have. Yeah, they've only had about a 1% increase in volume. And then, well, that's BUSD, not Binance. My apologies. Polkadot. Let's see what their volume looked like today. About 31% almost. Um, and then this was Binance. My apologies. We can see that they had about an 8% increase overall. So in all reality, I mean, Dogecoin by volume is kind of outperforming everybody by a landslide today, which is also, something pretty great to see. Let's go ahead and check out some of the tokens. We can see that, Pancake Swap, they're up by 14% today. The Graph up by 11% today. Uh, let's see. So, Cetify Fund, they're up by 42%. Juggernaut up by almost 30%. News Crypto 18%. WoW Swap 16%. Argon 16%. Cumrocket 16%. Equalizer 16%. Crowns is at 13%. Anyone that is involved with Pancake Bunny, they're up by 12%. Let's see. A lot of people up today. A lot of people up today. The real question, though, is out of everyone that's doing so well today, what's doing the worst today? So Shard looks like they haven't been doing so hot. Looks like they're on a almost 16% decline, with a almost 45% decline over the past 7 days. So we can see that they're kind of hovering at 6 cents right now. They do have a volume increase of 628%, but unfortunately, it looks like that volume is primarily leading towards the selling end. Other than that, I guess we could pull up and see how FEG token is doing, just because I know that everyone loves FEG token. We can see that they're on a 40% increase in volume. Let's see how they're doing for the day. Looks like they're still starting their day off higher than they're still higher than what they were for starting off of the day. Not by a lot, but they are by little. So looks they've had a 7% increase over the day in total, so that probably means that they are somewhere closer to like a 14 or 15% closer to lunchtime around noon. See how Baby Doge is doing. Haven't heard a whole bunch from them here lately. I think I heard some pretty negative press actually about Baby Doge the other day, but I mean it still looks like it's holding fairly strong. And pull it out to the 1 day, and yeah, I mean it's actually doing pretty good. It's on a 41%, 42%, almost 43% price increase. The volume is down by 23%, but even though it's down by 23%, the primarily of the volume apparently is going towards buying. So that's always great for a project. I can't remember if they had AMP on here. Did they have? Yeah, they did. Let's see how AMP is doing, because I know we have an AMP giveaway going on right now. So I think there's 2 days left on that. So if you subscribe to the channel and then make sure to follow us on Twitter, you could enter in for a chance to win 200 AMP tokens. Yeah, I would say that they've had a pretty good day as well. They're up by about 8%. Their trading volume is down by just a little bit, by about 4%. But as we said, it looks like for the most part, buying is what's going on for the primarity of the market today. If we go back and we look at the total of the market, we can see that the market is up overall by 8%, which is always great. The GWEI is at 16, so it's still fairly cheap. Bitcoin dominance is at 46.1%, and then ETH dominance is at 17.8. The 24-hour volume for the market has been about 81 billion. So I mean, all in all, we're doing pretty good. It looks like there's about 11,000 cryptos now in comparison to a few days ago when it was under 11,000. That's not necessarily to say that there's not more, but I'm imagining this is what's listed with Coin Market Cap. Other than that, everyone, I hope you enjoyed today. I hope that you enjoyed getting to see what was going on with the B word. And like I said, if not, you can always go and check out the live stream that we did earlier today. So that's it for now, and we'll see you guys next time. Crypto Invest is out.